very funny. I'm probably laughing inappropriately. The workout scenes. I'm reviewing The Substance. The Substance is the newest body horror film from MUBI, and it is in theaters right now. It is directed by Coralie Farja. It stars Demi Moore, Margaret Qualley, and Dennis Quaid. I'm gonna keep this review as spoiler-free as possible so I don't ruin the film for you if you do decide to see it. Demi Moore plays Elizabeth Sparkle, star of a popular television aerobic show, who is fired on her 50th birthday. To make her birthday even worse, she gets into a car accident, which actually looks pretty awful, and winds up in the hospital. While in the hospital, she's given access to a new serum called The Substance. I don't want to give anything else about the story. You need to go in without knowing much. I went in without even seeing the trailer, so I had no idea what to expect. All I had heard was how much body horror there was in this film. As soon as I heard that, I rushed out to the theater to go see this. I think it's important to note that Coralie Farja's first directorial debut was in 2017 with the French film Revenge, which is an absolutely amazing film. If you have not seen it, it could be triggering because it does deal with some unfortunate things, but then we have a revenge film and it is done in such an amazing way. If you are interested in seeing that, it is on SHUDDER right now. I will tell you right off the bat, absolutely, I 100% loved this film without a doubt. It is masterful. In my opinion, this is a very interesting film to talk about. And I want to be very clear when I describe it to you so that you can figure out whether you would like to see it or not. For some of you, it may not be exactly what you expect. I'm sure you've all heard, or if you have heard of this film, you've heard it alongside the fact that it has a ton of body horror, which it does. It does have a lot of body horror and a lot of gore, which is great because I love that. But I will say that there's a long stint where there is not a lot of that. I want you to know that as you're going in, you're gonna see some body horror and then you're gonna have a lull for a while. And then at the end, it gets a little bonkers. I've been seeing a lot of films recently that have been going off the rails at the end, and this one definitely does in the best way possible. I absolutely loved it. I would describe this style of cinematography as bubblegum horror, and it might sound offensive, but it is not at all offensive. It is something that is hyper life, hyper realistic, hyper saturated, over the top, kind of in your face. Generally, it uses a lot of like the neon colors and the bright lights, and it's shot really beautifully that I really find enjoyable if the story is done right. And let me tell you, the story is done right. It's wild. Not only is the cinematography beautiful and wonderful, but oh my goodness, the sound design on this film makes it. It really accentuates every single aspect of this film. There is a lot of the squishy gut sounds, like some scenes that are greatly enhanced by the sound, even just a kiss, some eating. The sound accentuates it to the point of it being just disgusting, and I really enjoyed it. It's very funny. This movie is very funny. I bet you a lot of people would be like, it's not, it's hilarious. This film is so absurd. The way that she filmed these aerobics scenes and these aerobics television shows happening, I was dying. I love that she really apparently likes butts, which, yeah, I get it, because the woman's butt is just practically perfection. It's a piece of art. But she totally filmed this absurdly so from the male perspective, and I think it's wonderful. Even down to the wardrobe, this film got it perfectly. There is this Dick Tracy yellow wool coat that we see a lot, and I adored it. But oh my gosh, y'all, there is this dragon robe. I want this dragon robe. It is so awesome. It's black, which obviously. And it's just got this beautiful golden dragon, and I'm drooling over that. I really want that. But all of the workout outfits, all of the neon colors of the outfit, these bright orange socks, and of course the makeup perfectly accentuates that. So the makeup artist, just the whole look of this film is so bubblegummy. There is a ton of orange and blue, okay? And it's also got a strong background of just white and black, very simple. It just depends where you are in the film. She's brilliant with her use of color. Every single one of the actors in this film is amazing. Demi Moore, she was not afraid to really expose herself. She really felt raw here. As much as I said it's a comedy, there is a lot of sadness as well. And a lot of that stems from Demi Moore's character. She got fired at 50 because, oh, you're over the hill, you're old, you're no longer worth anything. And that's really kind of, how she feels about herself. Not only is the world telling her that is the case with her, that's what she tells herself. And she doesn't realize that she does deserve love. Poor woman is in isolation. I don't think she has a single friend. I don't think that's ever a good place to be. Obviously, Margaret Qualley is just as amazing. When Dennis Quaid first walks onto this scene, immediately hate him. You can't stand him. He's disgusting. He does wear some amazing suits though. The suits are pretty cool, not gonna lie. He's got these jacquard style suit, but I loved him. I was like, that's cool. I dig it. And the shirts are shiny. He's wild. I love him in this. And he's disgusting. And I will never look at shrimp the same way again. I don't really like to see people eat like that. Ugh, it's gross. Okay, thank you. I don't even think I have a single complaint about anything from the production value of this film. There are so many influences in this film. It definitely has, a strong grindhouse vibe. There's a 2001 Space Odyssey reference, and it is amazing. I was like, wait, what? I feel like there's some references for sure to Castle Freak, Starry Eyes to some degree. There's some Hellraiser vibes for sure happening here. Very obviously, there are heavy references to The Fly. I am a huge David Cronenberg fan. There are even points where it definitely has a giallo feel. I love her work. I have a feeling that I'm probably gonna love everything that this woman does. As I mentioned, this film has body horror, and it has so much body horror. As things progress and things start to, amp up and get a little crazy, you start to have a little more body horror, and a little more, and a little more, and a little more, a little more, and a little more. And literally it does wind up in an absolute freaking bloodbath. And the end of this film is just so mind-blowingly good and poignant that I can't stand it. So clever. It is so well done. I should note this movie is 2 hours and 20 minutes. It definitely didn't feel like 2 hours and 20 minutes. I felt very entertained throughout. I didn't have a single problem with the runtime. If you like body horror, you have to see this film. You must see this film. I think you'll find it very interesting and very entertaining. Go in knowing that this is an absolute satire and have a good time with it, because that's what I did, and I had a great time with it. I actually am really considering going to go see it again because I liked it that much. I found myself watching it and just trying to process everything that was happening on screen that I felt myself unable to laugh, even though I found so much of it funny. So it really is gonna need another watch for me to really be able to just laugh about it. This is definitely gonna be on my top 10. I mean, without a doubt, this is going to be on my top 10. It is definitely probably gonna be in the top 5. It might be at the top 1. I don't know. I don't know. There's actually quite a few good films this year, y'all. I'm starting to go, well, what about this one? Well, what about that? In December, I'm gonna have to rewatch all of these films so that I can properly place them, because, wow, really, 2024 has been a good year for horror. That's pretty exciting. And we're not done yet, y'all. We are not even in October. What are you most looking forward to coming out? Are you planning on seeing The Substance? Do you like body horror? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, I really do hope that you have the most amazing day. my spooky darlings. I would like to give a big, wonderful, amazing thank you to my Patreon members. Thank you so much. You're so wonderful and awesome. And thank you for commenting and liking and everything that you do for me. I really appreciate it. Chris Miziktino, Jimmy Hoare, Eddie, Janie McLaren, Jose Reyes, Bill Smith, Jim Kemmerling, Mickey B, and Deal Demon.